Hi all, this is Nellie, Ordinary People, Saintly Souls, and I am continuing to read from the book with visions of Maria Valtorta, the Italian mystic, and these visions are in the poem of the Man God, and I just gave you a description of a discussion or a conversation Jesus had with one of the soldiers who was guarding the entrance to Jerusalem. And Jesus had visited his mom in Jerusalem, St.Mary, and is now going back to Galilee, to the place where he took a nap, and while everybody was asleep, where he snuck out and went back into Jerusalem. And so he hastens, Jesus hurries along the road leading to the field of the Galileans, and that road seems to go past Gethsemane. And so there, among the olive trees of the mountains, he runs into Judas, because Judas is also going fast up towards the field. He's just climbing they're climbing a mountain, it seems. And Judas makes a gesture as if he were frightened, finding himself in front of Jesus. Jesus looks at him without speaking. And Judas feels he needs to defend himself. He said, I went to take food to the lepers because while Jesus healed the lepers who had faith, some seem to have been without faith, because 2 in one place and 5 in another place were still sick. They were not healed. And so Judas says, I brought these 7, I brought them food, and the other ones have been cured. They are still there, but they're cured. So they asked me to inform the priest, because someone who had leprosy and was cured had to go and undergo a cleansing ritual that was supervised by priests. So he says, I went early. Judas says, I went early so that later on I would be free. And he says, at the same time, this was a really large number of lepers that you healed all at once, and you blessed them in the presence of so many people. And basically, it's kind of, he's implying something. So Jesus lets him speak, he lets him talk, and then says something like, so what? I mean, that's my paraphrasing. It says, Jesus says, according to Valtorta, you did the right thing, or anything else. What do you call it? No, wait, I'm wrong. He does not say you did the right thing or anything else concerning Judas' actions. But he stops and stares at him. And he says, well, Judas, I left you freedom and money. Has it changed you? So Jesus doesn't comment on anything that Judas says. And Judas says, what do you mean? And he says, well, I'm asking you if you have sanctified yourself, because I gave you back your freedom and your money. That must have happened somewhere that we missed, and it's also, as far as I know, not in the New Testament. So you understand me, Judas. Bear in mind, always bear in mind, that you were the one I loved most among all the rest. And I actually received the least of love from you. Actually, I received hatred from you. Because it is hatred. It's the hatred of someone who treated me like a friend. And that hatred is the worst. It hurts. But do remember, I don't hate you. Judas, I don't hate you. Because for as the Son of Man is concerned, I forgive you. Nothing more is there to say between you and me. Everything has been said. And then Judas wants to say again something about the fact that He went to feed the 7 lepers, but Jesus just shuts him up and sends him away. And that is one of the things that, one of the interactions between Judas we haven't read anywhere else, but at the same time we understand that Jesus told Judas that he knew what he was going to do, and he knew that in a certain level Judas really hated him and didn't really love him. And still that did not stop Judas from doing what he did, betraying Jesus in the end. So see you next time when I continue reading snippets of the big long parts that are written in Maria Valtorta about the time leading up to Easter. We're past Palm Sunday, so we're looking at the few days of what I call the Holy Week nowadays, the week in which the crucifixion takes place. And see you later. This was Nelly, Ordinary People's Saintly Souls channel, reading and paraphrasing from Maria Valtorta's poem of the Man God, 5th volume, this time about Judas again.